Eric July and the Rippaverse are getting sued by Good Shepherd Ministries, an international non-profit corporation, for trademark infringement and unfair competition. The trademarked property is ISOM, an abbreviation for Good Shepherd's International School of Ministry. Good Shepherd is seeking injunctive relief, damages, and attorney's fees. According to the details of the lawsuit, Good Shepherd created ISOM in 1999, and it has since been the face of the corporation. They are primarily known to the public under the trademark ISOM. Their main website has been isom.org for the past 24 years. Good Shepherd's International School of Ministry, ISOM, is the largest multi-denominational, video-based Bible school in the world. They market and sell products under the trademark ISOM and use it to distinguish from competitors. The trademark was registered in 2008. As a result of the substantial sales of quality Good Shepherd products under the ISOM mark, the relevant consuming public has come to recognize the ISOM mark as favorably distinguishing Good Shepherd products from those of its competitors. Alright, to summarize the lawsuit so far, Good Shepherd is saying that their International School of Ministry is well known in the market. The ISOM trademark represents the brand, and so they are claiming to be a big deal and only their company is recognized by the name ISOM. And it's not like there are a bunch of other businesses and products that use the name? Nope. When the public see ISOM, the first thought in their mind is Good Shepherd Ministries, the super successful international company. Absolutely. So this set the scene for the specific accusations they made against Eric July and Rippaverse. Let's continue. They did some research on the Rippaverse and share their findings here. They say Eric started using the ISOM mark on or about July 9th, 2022, nearly 23 years after Good Shepherd commenced use of the ISOM mark. They add emphasis to the 23 years because they are indicating their organization has linked itself to the ISOM name a long time ago, relative to the new Rippaverse company. Then they point out the cross on the ISOM character's belt, saying, July and Rippa's actions, using the name ISOM and the cross on the character's belt, have already caused actual confusion. An example of that actual confusion is shown in the following highlighted copy of an unsolicited email from a third party, in which the sender specifically mentions the trademark ISOM. The email they are submitting as evidence of confusion is by a concern troll that goes by Obtuse Gnome. It's obviously a troll, but this company unfortunately fell for it. Obtuse Gnome says in the email, Hello, I am an independent journalist for TDS News and TPBITU, and I was considering doing a story on the successful campaign for the ISOM No. 2 comic book. As I am sure you know, ISOM No. 1, the first comic book in the Rippaverse Extended Universe by Black libertarian Eric D. July, made a successful campaign by raising $3,737,920, backed by over 42,000 buyers. The second campaign for ISOM No. 2 looks to be shattering the ISOM No. 1 record by, to date, making over $2 million with over 17,000 backers located on the Rippaverse site. As Mr. July also does some work with the Blaze TV, former Fox News host Glenn Beck's network. I love to see such amazing cooperation being done to create such amazing packages and such a unique character who also can be a beacon to young black men and women, which is currently lacking. I would be curious to know when the decision was made to make a comic book character using the same name as the International School of Ministry. Has Mr. July received any funding to aid him in the creation of superhero ISOM? Info on the choice to include an image of a cross on his belt. What can we hope to see with the continuation of ISOM on his journey to rescue Jasmine from prostitution? And if you could, then amazing choice to offer buyers the option to donate a copy of ISOM No. 2 for just $17.50 to help children who are hospitalized. Totally on the record, if you please. I thank you so much in extending your trademark name in such a unique way and the creation of a new superhero with a promise to use American-made books and products, as well as for your time in getting back to me. Signed, your homie, Roy Gerbel, senior reporter for TDS News, a subsidiary of TBPITU and TBPITU2. This email is a blatant act of instigating a legal issue between two completely unrelated companies. The hater who did this went out of their way to find a company with the same name as the ISOM comic book character, drafted the email in a way that starts off normal, and then builds up to raise eyebrows in order to manipulate the reader into conducting surface-level research and making an exaggerated reaction, such as a lawsuit. The company reacted instead of responding. What is the difference? A reaction is based on impulse and emotion, whereas a response is thoughtful and planned. The proper response would have been to research deeper and recognize that Eric July has an army of haters that have made many attempts at damaging his reputation and business. Then responding by doing nothing because this lawsuit is a complete joke. Frivolous and nothing more. Good Shepherd Ministries confirmed the sales numbers of item number 1 and 2. Then elaborating on the confusion claim by saying, July and Rippa's item mark is confusingly similar to Good Shepherd's item mark. Without attempting to comprehensively list or analyze the factors involved in such an infringement analysis, the marks themselves are identical. The marks are presumably pronounced identically. The use of the cross on their hero's belt furthers the likelihood of confusion with Good Shepherd's trademark item. An actual confusion has already occurred. They accuse Eric of continuing to sell infringing goods under the item mark, which the Rippaverse improperly benefited from the extensive goodwill associated with Good Shepherd's item mark. Next they say, July and Rippa's postings are further intentional attempts to mislead, divert, and/or confuse the consumer as to the relatedness of the source of the respective parties' goods. The infringing goods compete with the Good Shepherd products sold under the item mark. In addition to competing on books, July and Rippa sell hats and shirts that directly compete with Good Shepherd's. They display their own merch, side by side with Rippaverse merch. Here is a crazy claim these guys made. They say, the consumers and potential consumers of Good Shepherd products sold under the item mark are identical to, or at least considerably overlap, the consumers and potential consumers of the infringing goods. That's a wild claim. Rippaverse fans and Good Shepherd consumers are identical, according to this. I would love to see them prove this in court. It gets crazier as they paint themselves as victims. They say, July and Rippa's sale of infringing goods will cause Good Shepherd injury because such use is likely to cause confusion and/or mistake by wrongly leading persons to believe that the infringing goods are provided by, sponsored by, endorsed by, or otherwise associated with Good Shepherd. By reason of foregoing, Good Shepherd has been damaged and will be further damaged. They claim to have suffered due to Eric's unlawful activities, and they plan to determine the amount of money they are seeking during trial. They continue by saying, July and Rippa intend to continue their actions to engage in unlawful infringing activity. Unless July and Rippa are enjoined by this court from doing so, Good Shepherd will suffer irreparable harm, for which there is no adequate remedy at law, from July and Rippa's unlawful infringing activity. Finally, these are their requests to the court. Award Good Shepherd judgment on each of its claims in an amount to be determined at trial. Award Good Shepherd a permanent injunction prohibiting July and Rippa, and anyone acting in concert with July and Rippa, directly or indirectly, from developing, advertising, marketing, or selling any product or service under the item mark. Award damages adequate to compensate Good Shepherd for the aforesaid infringement, including lost profits, but not less than a reasonable royalty. Award the recovery of the July and Rippa's profits to Good Shepherd. Award the recovery of Good Shepherd's costs of this action. Declare this case exceptional, and award Good Shepherd its reasonable attorney's fees, and provide such other and further relief as the court may deem just and proper under the circumstances. These guys are seriously going after everything. Crazy. The final page contains a demand for trial with jury. The email by the troll named Obtuse Gnome was sent on August 8th, and the lawsuit was filed on August 21st, 13 days later. Around the beginning of August, someone named Matthew shared a page from the United States Patent and Trademark Office website. He believed that Rippaverse LLC was abandoned and encouraged people to claim the trademark. I'm not sure if this is related to the lawsuit or if this is the same person behind the email trolling, but it's highly suspicious. Within hours of the lawsuit news breaking, this account got active. Matthew says, "These fake Glenn Beck conservatives are full of grift. He should private his YouTube and Twitter immediately. But he's a moronic piece of cheese. This is where a competent person would put a stop on his current business. Eric July should just abandon ISOM and do a complete reboot on everything in his cheese company. Everything about Eric July is fraudulent. False flagging, getting sued by the church. It wouldn't surprise me if that warehouse is just for show. He goes on and on. Definitely a known hater hiding behind a sock account. So who originally shared the news of the lawsuit? I could not find anyone who posted about it prior to this Rippaverse Comics news account. How did they find out? By the way, this is a troll account owned by a hater. It was created in July 2023, brand new. Their banner has an image of Eric July, and it says minor editorial errors happen. They are followed by actual fandom, organized chaos, Eric's Reloaded, among other detractors. Dick Masterson, also known as Buster Baxter, quoted the post and says, Eric July false flagged Riley. Now Eric is being sued by the trademark owner of ISUM, a Christian ministry who has been using the mark in publishing for 20 years. Tell us again what a business genius you are, Eric. Buster continues. How about that? It looks like your store was the one violating trademark law, buddy. All those warehouse dummies and cheese posters on the payroll, but no one thought to search the trademark database. Shame. I can't wait to see how this lawsuit is somehow my fault. Eric runs his mouth all the time, false flags critics, gets their accounts suspended, messes with their stores, and yet he didn't have his own cheese in order. You registered the Rippaverse trademark, bro. You knew ISUM was taken, no fault of mine. If you are wondering who this Riley person is that Buster Baxter mentioned, he is a weirdo, goofy detractor who set a goal to walk up a hill every day until he got fit enough to pull up and shave Eric July. Yes, shave. As in remove body hair. Super weird. Most likely a troll and creepy joke. Riley posted an update every day on his progress. He lasted over 50 days until he got suspended from X, formerly Twitter. Vito shared the news and said, earlier this week, Ace Presents was hit with multiple copyright notices for this parody logo, making fun of the fact that Eric July doesn't shave his arms. Now his account has been banned with no explanation from Twitter. I cannot prove Eric July's team is responsible, but it feels like a safe assumption. I believe Riley is a fan of Vito, who encouraged Riley to violate federal copyright laws by stealing the Rippaverse logo. Riley created a web store called Clippaverse, and with shirts, hats, and other products while using the slightly altered Rippaverse logo. Blatant copyright infringement. I assume this is what got him banned. Riley continues to troll on his YouTube channel, promoting the fake Clippaverse merch, and he makes low-effort parody videos. Riley's autistic girlfriend trolls alongside him. They are a detractor couple. She wears the Clippaverse merch and posts on his behalf since he's banned. I stated she is autistic based on her username. She streamed her reaction to the lawsuit while walking to the store and wearing the sweater that violated copyright law. She purchased a ton of candy, and the employee told her to stop recording. Vicky was quick to talk about the Rippaverse lawsuit. She says, by statute, trademark infringement comes with a $200,000 to $2 million payout to the plaintiff. This is per class. That would be the printed books and the animated trailer July produced. So if Good Shepherd Ministries were to win, it could cost July upward of $4 million. Vicky says directly to Eric July, you're going to have to drop bank for a retainer, and all you can do is vague response videos while screaming gay op? You may want to hire and consult with an attorney before you say anything. That you don't seem to have done that is why Rippaverse will fail. Actual fandom had to say something. This is absolutely magical. Eric July is being sued by a church for ISUM. It's apparently infringing on their trademark. Eric July released a very important video updating everyone on the situation. He provided some receipts and is saving many more receipts if they go to court, and is confident there is no legal standing in this case. It's an epic video where he let haters know that they crossed a line and it's time to face the consequences for the endless attacks on his business. I highly suggest you watch it.